Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Mama Dima. This evening we are chatting to a youngster. He goes by the name Michael Schoeman. So we're going to have an exciting one. We're going to keep the conversations going. It is important for South African athletics. So we're just going to keep going, guys. Crystal Lute, welcome to you. Dr. Stefan Schoeman. Michael Schoeman is also in here. Welcome to all of you. So Michael will just send a request and then we're going to go live. I hope you guys are doing well. It is a Friday. A bit of athletics news. Listen to the athletes. I hope you guys are excited. Waiting for Michael to connect now, and then we're going to go live. Welcome, Natalie Hanakom. I see you. Trevor van Vieren. Yo, Michael.
Hi, Trevor. Hi, Timber. How are you?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Super. Thanks for joining us this evening. I think we're going to have a lekker one. We're going to be chatting all things athletics, track and field, motivation, and life, man. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.
What did you do to prepare for the show? Did you go get a haircut? Did you do anything? A little shower, a little ritual?
Yeah, just took a nice shower and had a great meal, eh?
That's good, man. Thanks for joining. What we're gonna do is, as the people are joining in, welcome to Heinrich van Niekerk, Sean de Villiers. Welcome to you too. You know Sean, he's a big thrower, man. Big thrower. Natalie, I see Llewellyn, the legend, Llewellyn Herbert is in here as well. Taylor Wilson, welcome, guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to have a good one. Michael, before we get started, I'm going to do a young introduction so that the people who are watching can know exactly who you are. Is that fine?
Yeah, 100%, Timber.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening, we've got Michael Schoeman. Michael is the African Under-20 Championships 110-meter gold medalist. He's the SA Under-20 110-meter hurdles champion. Also SA Under-18 110-meter hurdles champion, as well as CAA Under-18 Southern Region Championships gold medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Schoeman. Welcome, Michael. I see the legendary coach is in here as well, Henny Kotza. He's in here also watching. Hey, we've got a lot of high-profile South African legends in here watching as well. Nico Strydom, Anais, Eddie van Wyk, Christel Steenkamp. I see Lulu Ndudubeze. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. All right, Michael. You know, it's tradition here on BackChat. Before we get started, we're going to play a quick game. It's called What's in the Bag, 30 seconds. Are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
So how it works is you've got 30 seconds to name as many things as possible that you have inside your training or competition bag. Okay?
Yes.
Coming to you in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Spikes, water bottle, a towel, my extra pair of socks, long trousers, long tights, shorts, my competition vest, my my water, what did I say? Water, energy bar.
Okay.
My warm-up bands.
Let's go.
My sweater.
Yeah.
My headphones. A cap. What's the
And time. Yeah. Michael, that's impressive, man. You got 15. I think that's like top 4 out of 48 or so episodes. So well done,
good.
man.
Thank you. The heavy bag.
You came prepared. I see some more people are joining in here. Oli Moremi, welcome. Rogale Joseph, that's a 400-meter machine on the hurdles. She's in here as well. Roselle Harting, Coach Johan Botha is also in here. We've got Jane Tipo all the way from New Zealand. Yo, people are coming to see what's happening this evening, huh? All right, Michael, let's get started. First question. So obviously, knowing you, you went to the World School, Menlo Park. And
Yes.
I mean, there's so many sports you could have chosen to play. Hockey is good there. There's rugby. There's all these other sports. How did it come about that you chose athletics, as well as how did you start doing the 110-meter hurdles?
Like you said, Menlo Park is a great sport high school. I was drawn by its sport. Um, I love the sport athletics from a young age as well as rugby. So I would consider those two my two main sports that I would play and would watch.
Yeah,
And the 110-meter hurdles came from the love of running hurdles. My father is my hurdles coach, my
yeah,
technical coach, and training with him and running hurdles. It's just so nice. You know, it's it's an item you can be free in, and it's. I think for me, because it's an individual sport. It's way much harder to train for than in a sport like rugby or hockey,
yeah.
and the the commitment you need to show to that sport. I think that's why I chose athletics above any other sports because my love for it was just more than any other sport, and I enjoyed it way too much.
That's good, man. I mean, hurdles is not, I mean, like sprints is one thing, but to do hurdles, I mean, I think, do you think hurdlers is it something that you must have within you? I mean, like, you could have chosen any other item, you could have just done sprints. Why hurdles? How do you like discover hurdles? Like it's not like a natural uh drawn sport, or event.
It's like you said. Um,
Mm.
Not like any other sprint. And I think hurdle athletes can say it as well. Or the time you need to put in for hurdles, I think it's way much more than a usual sprinting athlete. You need to
Yeah,
focus more on your technique sessions, and you also do speed training like any other sprinting athlete.
yeah,
Um, 400-meter hurdles as well. It's a short item. It's a sprinting item, so you need sprinting as a basis, but it's way more technical. So, to answer your question, it's I don't think anybody can run hurdles
yeah.
uh, because of that technical aspect. Either you have it or you don't have it, but naturally with hard training anything is possible. So if you put your mind to it and you put the effort in, then I promise you can run a hurdle. So just believe
Absolutely.
in yourself and you can get the technique right.
Absolutely. I mean, 400 hurdles. We've had the likes of, I mean, LJ Van Zyl,
Mm.
Llewellyn Herbert is also in here. I mean, these are like former 400-meter record holders and legends. And then the
Yes.
short hurdles, obviously, it's like, I mean, it's a difficult one. It's fast, like you said. There's two elements: there's the technical element of the hurdles, and then there's the speed side. I know speed side of the things you work with Coach Tavo, and
Yes.
on the hurdle side, Tavo Matividi, and on the hurdle side, you work with your dad. So, I mean, that's a lot of
Yes.
hours on the track. But like you said,
Yeah.
you love it, and that's why you do it.
That's very good. Yes.
All right. So obviously, you discovered and you chose athletics over all the other sports, and I think your progression in athletics has been a nice one. I mean, from youth level, you were able to represent South Africa. Just tell us about the journey. First time as a youth athlete wearing the national colors. How was that feeling, and how did that play towards who you are today?
um, I would say that I started running hurdles like competition wise and good, and got my SA colors under 17
Yeah.
when I won the under 18 championships. And that was the first year I qualified for Gauteng North and SAs with athletics.
Wow.
And I was in a privileged position to win the SAs as well.
Yeah.
And after that, we went to the Southern Regional competition, where my times just got better. And me, as an athlete, I grew more into the sport and got more confidence. And then they selected the team to go to to represent South Africa at the African Youth Games.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't just athletics and it was all the other sports that you see at Olympics, that was one of the the best things I could ever believe and see.
Yeah.
And athletics was last on the list to compete, so we went to watch all the other sports. We watched the sevens, we watched the hockey, and it was really a good experience. Something that you can't tell anybody how it feels because they need to be there to feel the experience. For the first time, representing South Africa in Algeria, it was just amazing. Um, it's something completely other than in South Africa, and to be there and to come so far in my athletics career, it really builds character and it upbuilds your self confidence, and yeah, it was a great experience, and for me as an athlete, I feel it made me grow into the sport, and it only did the best for me.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you've got a SA under 17 title. You've got a SA under 20 title.
Yes,
African championships, like you said. I mean, that's big, man. To bring back gold there, as well as the CAA championships. Obviously, yeah. You know, it's what every athlete, especially at your age, would be looking to. This year, we're gonna be looking at world champs, world junior champs.
for sure.
But it's okay. You know, there's more big competitions to go. You know, we want to see you become like one of the top senior sprinters as well. So that's
Yeah, the
gonna
Olympics
be,
still waiting, man.
yeah, absolutely. That's
Yes,
gonna be the next side of the journey. So let's
yes,
talk about this transitioning from being a youth junior athlete, and then this year, I mean, you're a first year student at the university.
yes.
Um, how has that been? Like trying to balance, you know, at least, I mean, it's a different season. I don't think the season doesn't look the way it would have. How have you
Look,
found the
yeah,
transition into being a
yeah.
student at the university?
The transition of youth to junior in the sport of athletics already is a big step. It's a
Yeah,
big improvement. You need to step up your game. You need to improve your training. You need to think serious about what you're doing. How do you want
yeah,
to pursue? Um, so that's definitely a big step. And now moving from high school to university, it's something totally different.
yeah,
Um, I can't compare high school to being a student because it's two different things. And for me, it was quite a big step moving from my high school to the university and the training, and now with this COVID. It's all conditions being thrown at you, but
yeah,
it's all you as an athlete. So how you prepare for it and how you work through it, it's gonna um, how you do your training, how you move on, how you step up. All those things plays a role in you as an athlete. And I think if you're strong enough and you grow through it, then it will be like it never happened, and then it will be easy steps. But for me, it was quite a big step, getting used to all these conditions, going to the university, having different subjects, meeting different people, different study times, more work, and then you need to go to the track as well. But I think as you get used to it, it gets better.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good step to take.
Absolutely, man. I mean, but I mean, I think coming from a school like the World School Menlo, I mean, you guys have to you already balance many sport. I mean, academics at the school is also very strong. So
Definitely.
it's a bit different now. It's a bit more online, but I know
Totally online, yeah.
you'll be able to handle it. I see here Jorim Bangui is in. I hope I said that right. We've got the likes of Eddie van Veek, Ufense Maubane. Welcome to you. Amy Nudia is here. I see Chantel Strauss is also here, um, as well as many other people. I can't see everybody. Karabo, welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. Christy Bell, I see you. I see some of the Menlo Park people are here to watch as well. So let's talk about this. Obviously, you said the seriousness of the sport from youth to junior is a big step, and then now
Yeah.
obviously you need to look into junior to senior phase. I know
Yeah.
you've started focusing more on gym, your
Yes.
conditioning with what is Valdo van Heerden. Talk about that. I mean, I think especially for sprints, it's such an important transition, you know, to get into gymming and getting strong. How have you
Yeah.
found that? I see Kayla van den Berg is here, Minette Boshoff. Welcome, guys. How has that shift, you know, in your training and your mind been?
It's definitely a big shift, especially if you know you're going to run with the big guns now.
Yeah,
But to make that step up to run over a higher hurdle, you need to have more power. Your conditioning must be on top
yeah,
form, especially if you
yeah.
think that you want to pursue this athletics as a career of yours.
Mm,
You need to take the step up, and that's why I joined with Valdo, and I worked on my conditioning, my gym work, so that I can be much stronger, much fitter, and just improving on myself. And I think that decision came from going from youth to junior. I
mm,
noticed a few things that, okay, you need more power, you need more strength, you need more speed. And the same is going from shifting from junior to senior. Um, and not only is it a physical shift that you need to be stronger, you need to have more
yeah,
power, also just so much mentally and emotionally, because mentally you need to be and need to get stronger. I mean, you're competing with older guys. I mean, not that they're like opas, but just all the guys having more experience than you.
yeah,
You need to have that self confidence to sit in the blocks next to that guy. And that's why I stepped up my training as well, doing more gym work, getting the power I need to get over the hurdles, between the hurdles.
yeah.
So that's quite a big shift, but I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, I'm working for it.
Wise words, Boyki. That's what Eddie van Veek. Eddie van Veek wrote that. It's not me saying it. He said, "Wise words, Boyki." I mean, I think it's the right attitude to have. You need to have that mental shift, and I
Yeah,
mean, it's important. You know, end of the day, like you're saying, you're competing with people who are more experienced, they're stronger, they're older, especially when you transition. But also, you know, I think it's very important to understand where you are as an athlete as well, so that you know you don't rush the process.
yeah,
Uh,
no,
keep
definitely.
climbing, keep getting better, keep
Yeah,
getting better. You know.
yeah, no, definitely is. Yeah, step by step.
Step by step. All right. Next one, I want to ask this question. I think it's interesting. It would be interesting to hear. Like, I mean, who did you see as a role model in track and field? Who was somebody that you looked up to? Doesn't matter whether it's local or international. Who do you see as a role model?
Um, I don't know if everyone would understand why I'm choosing my dad as my role model. My dad also ran hurdles until he was 27.
Okay.
I think I have it right. um, my dad had a bit of a throwback, and he's much shorter than I am, and he ran the senior hurdles. He ran in the final of essays,
Yeah.
but with his length, his shortness, it didn't stop him to win, to compete, to
Yeah.
improve himself, to improve on his skills, to improve on his speed. Um, he won essays under 18, under 20.
Yeah.
Um, he was a short guy, so all the athletes running against him thought that, okay, but he wouldn't be able to compete against us or
Yeah.
be any competition for us because he's so short. And
Yeah.
my dad, a very strong um, self confidence in himself and a strong mindset that pushed him through, and that inspired me to. It doesn't matter where you are, how tall you are, or how fast you are. If you work for what you want, you will achieve it, and if you can believe it, you will achieve it. And
Absolutely.
that's lessons I learned by my dad, and that's why he's my role model, because it doesn't matter what stands in his way. A hurdle, a mountain, he'll get over it. And he showed it in his youth days, and now he's still running on the track. So I mean, what better inspiration could you ask for?
Big up to the doctor. Michael's dad. Big up to you, doctor. We hear you. Keep motivating this young man to keep working. Keep him in line. So yeah, that's good, man. I think it's important to have, yeah, I mean, that's a very close role model to have. And I mean, if you
Yes.
can learn from your dad, you know, that's always going to be something that you can also pass on to young athletes. I see Straussy, Reynard Strauss is in the building. He's saying rock, paper, scissors, champ. Yeah, so I don't think people will know what that is, but I mean, you're the champ on rock, paper, scissors.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's cool. Reynard Strauss, obviously, you train with him as well.
yes.
Yeah. So another question I want to ask, your motivation. You know, track and field. Let's be honest. You know, track and field in South Africa, is not. It's not as big a sport as rugby or soccer or cricket. But I believe it's probably one of the sports that contributes the most towards sport in South Africa. I mean, if you look at all our champs now, I mean, the likes of Kata Semenya, you've got the likes
Mm.
of Wade Van Niekerk, Kakani Simbini, Luvo, Rashford Samai. I mean, we've got legends like Llewellyn Herbert, LJ Van Zyl, Ezekiel Sipeng. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of people that have represented South Africa, you know, and put us
Yes.
on the map, you know.
Yes, definitely.
But it is not rugby or cricket or anything like that, you know. So what motivates you to want to be like the best athlete you can be?
To explain that to you, I'm going to use the example of Wade van Niekerk running the 400-meter world record.
Yeah,
He drew the lane 8, the lane that most people say it's just there. He's just giving the pace, eh? Just with him, and he showed the whole world, not only South Africa but the whole world, what it is to run in the outside lane and run a world record, or not run a world record, but to smash the world record.
yeah, yeah.
And that feeling not only I felt, but the whole world felt when they
Hey,
saw that's the world record. I mean, that's undescribable. It's amazing.
yeah,
For me as an athlete to be able to give that feeling to other athletes or to other people, that would be amazing. And
yeah,
I think that also keeps me motivated to do what I'm doing. And like I said in the beginning, my love for the sport is so much, and that keeps me on track, keeps me want to do what I'm doing. It keeps me motivated to go and push more and achieve more.
yeah,
And in rugby, there's only so much you can achieve. I mean, or any other team sport, you can win a cup, a World Cup. That's amazing. I mean, when South Africa won the
yeah,
World Cup, it's a great feeling to have as a country and the whole world.
yeah,
But only so much the team can do, and as an athlete, as individual, you work hard for your own goals.
mm,
You keep pushing yourself to achieve more there, because there's always more to achieve. There's always more to work on, and always more to correct. And that's what's making the sport so difficult. And to know that you worked hard for what you achieved, that feeling is unbelievable. So to do that keeps me motivated to keep on pushing and keep on motivating other athletes, to
yeah,
inspire them, look up, and so that they can see, I want to be like that guy one day, or I want to work hard to achieve my own goals. I mean,
yeah,
you as an athlete, you have the opportunity to inspire people, and you have the opportunity to show the world, the talent that God gave you,
yeah,
and to work with that talent. I mean, if He didn't give you that talent, you won't be here where you are now. And for Him giving you that talent and you working on it, that's the best feeling you can have. And it's just amazing. And to be able to do what athletes do, there's so much people looking up to you.
yeah,
Um, and so much people you inspire to work harder, to work more, or just to set goals to achieve for themselves, even if it's just their own life goals. So for me, it's keeping me motivated because I know that I can make a difference in other people's lives.
Absolutely, man. Definitely. Spoken like a wise man. Everything you're saying, man, is so true. Because I always believe, and I personally believe, like I say excellence is no day off. So the
Definitely.
more you're living according to your purpose, the more you're doing the things you love, the more you're
Yes.
working and putting time and effort and dedication into it.
Exactly.
Somebody's always watching. I promise you, people are watching. There are people that look up to you, even though you're young. And I mean, you need to also have people that you look up to as well that can pull you to become better. So yeah, that's why I mean, we decided to have these chats, with the athletes, because I think for a very long time we've had so many successful top athletes, seniors, and world champs, Olympics, and so on. And we need to hear their voices, because the more they speak and the more they pass on their knowledge, the easier it should be for the next generation, which is you guys and the athletes that will come after. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, definitely. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Next one. I want to ask this question. I've been in the gym a few times and I've seen you and Reinhard Strauss dancing as well. Is that part of your mental? Is it part of your mental preparation and routine? To make sure that the glutes and the
Definitely.
hips are loose before gym.
No, you need to have fun. You need to loosen up a bit. I think that's the main reason that Reynard and I, when we're training, we're making a bit of fools of ourselves and dancing in the gym. But yeah, it's just to loosen up a bit, just to have some fun. I mean, it's the love of the sport.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
it's not every day you get to train with somebody else
yeah,
and have a great training buddy. And I mean, the moments you share while training, it's unforgettable. And
yeah.
the the dancing in between, the singing and the tapping, and it's part of the fun of the sport.
Yeah. Now, but I mean, I see you guys. You do that, but I mean, when it's time to work, you put in the work. You guys
No,
are
definitely.
focused. But like you say, I mean, it's nice to. I think for too long we made it. We made athletics such an intense sport.
Yeah, sport,
I
yeah.
mean, it's one thing to get on the track and run fast. And to be focused in that type of zone, but the rest of the journey must be something that people must be attracted to, especially track and field. But yeah, man, just as long as you guys are putting in the work, man, it's always good to see you guys are bringing back the medals. So yeah, it's good. All right. Next question I want to ask, like, if and ladies and gentlemen, if we still have a few minutes. We've got 8 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So if you've got any questions for Michael, don't be scared. I see I've got one from Llewellyn Herbert. It's a comment. He says it's a lonely sport because you alone and work for yourself, but definitely worth it. I mean, that's coming from somebody who has done it all. He was pro. If you think of a professional 400-meter hurdler, he was the one
Yes,
that set the benchmark. LG and them had to chase him. He was the legend on top, and I mean, he pulled South Africans to run faster and faster. So, I mean, that's
definitely.
wise words from him. Eddie van Veek is asking if you could do anything different in your athletics career, what would it be and why?
I think if I could do something different in my athletics career, it would definitely be to um, be more interactive with other athletes.
Good.
I mean, on the track, it's also an example my dad's setting for me. And when we're alone on the track on Sundays, there would be a long distance athlete running around the track. And she's there on her own, no coach, nothing. And she's
Yeah,
running around the track, and he will clap his hands and motivate her and say, go on, keep on pushing. The last
yeah,
15 meters, he'll start running with her. And
yeah,
that interaction he has with other athletes, I think in an aspect I can do more of that in my athletics career.
yeah,
I'm not only to inspire athletes by helping them or answering their questions or being there for them or those stuff, but also interacting more with them, motivating them more, being there for
yeah,
them while they're suffering. because only athletes will understand how athletes suffer with
Yeah.
training, with hard training sessions. That's only athletes' understanding, and so I think I would interact more with athletes.
Yeah, I mean that's very good. I mean, I think it's a big example because I think you know, as an athlete, you always think, you know, you don't want to share anything, otherwise people will find out your secrets to running faster. But I'm a firm believer in competition. You know, like
Yes.
if you want to run fast, you need to have the fastest athletes in South Africa. The more, if there are 5 or 6 athletes in South Africa, I mean, if let's look at the 400-meter hurdles in the past. You had the likes of Alvin Maber, you had Ter de Villiers, you had Peter Kukemoer, LJ Van Zyl, Llewellyn Herbert. You had, it was crazy, man. It was, you know, just
Definitely.
to make it to any world championships, you had to be like, you were top 10 in the world, but to make it into the squad, you had to fight for your life, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what
No,
took the level of competition up, you know. You look at the
yes.
100-meter now in South Africa, it's the same thing. I mean, there's like
Yeah.
how many guys? 6 guys have gone sub 10, 5 or 6.
Yes.
But I mean, it makes the competition better. And when they go out
Yeah.
there, when Akani goes to run, he runs faster. So we
Yes.
need that competition. So yeah, competition
Yeah.
is good.
Competition pushes you to go faster and harder. I mean, without competition, it's not athletics. So yeah, no, you need competition. You need to run with the best of the best. If you want to make sure you're the best of the best, you need to run against them. And to run against them, that competition, that only helps you. It only moves you forward. It only pushes you. And that's definitely something you need, yes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Um, so let's talk about like what would you say was one of your best or your favorite moment on the track so far? What has been your favorite moment?
I would say my favorite moment on the track for me was my under 20 um, South African Championship race
Okay.
last year in Paul.
Yeah.
The reason I chose this race is because I was 0.05 seconds, only 5 split seconds away from breaking the SA record.
Yeah.
And I feel afterwards I could have pushed myself more to run the record because I only ran for the gold medal.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ran
yeah.
to go to the African Championships and I made sure that I didn't step on any hurdles, didn't follow over any hurdles, didn't false start. So my focus was only on a perfect race.
Yeah.
And when I saw it was so close on to that SA record, I wanted to beat myself because I know I could have pushed it harder. And that was definitely one of my favorite races to know that I've set a goal and I've broken it. And I mean, for me to achieve that and to know mentally that I am capable of running an essay record or capable of breaking an essay record and going further in this career. So I would say that was definitely my favorite race and the most memorable race thus far.
All right, absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember very close to that essay record. But even after
Yeah,
the race, I mean, like if I look at your expression, you were really
I was happy.
excited.
I was overexcited.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Believe the sign.
the nice thing with Backtrack is like we get to see this firsthand. You know, we were there with the
Yes,
cameras, and you know, to share
definitely.
into that, it was amazing, man. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take one more question, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the evening.
Yeah.
I see Eddie van Veek is asking, what has been the biggest mental challenge as an athlete? I mean, uh, I don't think many people do know, but I mean, you've had to overcome a few challenges as well.
Mm.
What has been the biggest mental challenge as an athlete?
As an athlete, the biggest mental challenge anyone can overcome, and not just me, is to train with an injury or
Yeah,
to have rehab with an injury and to know that you have a few competitions waiting for you and you have the potential to do well in those competitions and you want to work hard and you
yeah,
want to put in the work to achieve your goals. I mean, to that injury is holding you back mentally. So
Yeah.
for you to push through that injury, you need to be mentally very strong. You need to trust the
Yeah.
process, to put in the work, to strengthen you, to get over that injury and to get past that injury. And for me, an injury is not a physical thing, it's only a mental thing.
Yeah.
To overcome it, you need to put in the work. And for me as an athlete, the most difficult mental thing to overcome is an injury. And me, I'm currently, I have a Achilles injury that I'm being rehabbing now for almost 6 months. But still not giving up, still going to work through it. I mean, I still set my goals and I'm still going for it.
Yeah.
I know I can achieve it. I mean, this is just a minor setback.
Yeah.
It's giving me the opportunity to work on my weaknesses, to
Yeah.
improve on myself and as an athlete. But you can only do that if you're mentally strong. And so I would say definitely an injury is it's a tough mental thing to beat,
Yeah.
but also necessary so that you know you're mentally strong, so that you can push your mind to the next level.
Absolutely. All right, Michael Schoeman. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, from Backtrack side, we're always gonna support you.
Thank you.
We know there's more to come. There's many more things you still need to achieve. Keep working. Stay grounded. Keep yourself disciplined.
Yes.
Focus on the things that are gonna
Yes.
make you a better person. End of the day, you must be a better person. We don't want you to be a good athlete and not a better person.
Definitely.
So balance it out, man. And yeah, we're gonna be watching, and we know there's many more big things coming. We're gonna be out there with our cameras to capture it when it happens. And yeah, keep
Thank
shining.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me on the back chat.
Absolutely, a pleasure. It's always good chatting to the athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the evening. This evening we were chatting to Michael Schoeman, future hurdle champion. He's already been a champion at the under 18 and under 20 level. So looking forward to the senior level phase now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys again next week. We've got some special athletes coming up next week. You don't want to miss it. I don't want to say too much, but you don't want to miss it. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we'll be back here with more SA athletes. We've got so many athletes that have achieved big things. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. From me, Tambu Madima, hashtag Daravavenda, hashtag Nda. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Timber. Cheers.
Take care. Good night.